Oh man, it's been a while. Let's see. You. Oh man, it's been a while. It's been like what, two months I think, almost. Just about 2 months since my last video. Somewhere at the beginning of July, and it's the beginning of September. It's kind of weird trying to get, I don't want to say back into form, because I'm not really, not getting back into form. But things are, I figured it's Labor Day weekend when I'm filming this, and I got a little bit of a break, so why not? It's kind of dusk, so that it's not the hottest part of the damn day anymore. And I guess just kind of do the old school thing and just talk to you guys. As kind of, I would assume that people kind of figure, I mean, the people that know me know, and the people that, you guys that follow me and stuff, you know that if someone kind of just drops off the face of the earth for about 2 months, nothing on YouTube, and like, I wasn't commenting on it. I was barely watching any videos, like, at all. I think I posted twice to Instagram in 2 months, too. Like, I've just not been around, you know? And the point is, most people know that when that kind of shit happens, it's because YouTube had to take a backseat for whatever reason for real life shit. And that's what's happened here. Because, let me tell you, 2017's been rough. And I mean, I'm not trying to say that this is any different for anybody else, honestly, because it's not, but I've lost a lot of people, man. It's been rough. I'll say a little spot of good news. So I know last video I made, I mentioned possible promotion. Well, that happened. So the cool news is I make a lot more money now, which has been really, really nice, because I don't know what I'd be doing otherwise, frankly. Because there's been a bunch of other life shit. Man, I feel like I'm really rusty. I feel like I'm just kind of beating around the bush. Suffice to say, I don't really want to get into like the details of personal life shit, but there are some people that I want to talk about. Namely the people I've lost this year, which is, I suppose, a really not fun video, but that's kind of actually the point of this ride right now. So, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I don't think yeah, actually, no, I did. I totally made videos about this. My friend that I lost at the beginning of the year, that was originally, we were told that he was driving drunk, and then he wasn't because the toxicology came back that he was clean, and all that shit. I usually don't talk about like personal names and shit, but I feel like they're real people, you know? They're real people, and I want other people, maybe they weren't your friends as a viewer, but they were real people with real families and friends and stuff, and it feels good, I think, to talk about them and to remember them and kind of tell people that didn't know about them. That was a really shitty sentence, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's gonna be like a Debbie Downer video, but it's not. It's not a downer video per se, because it's not an easy topic to talk about, but I want to talk about them because it's the right thing, I think, to talk about them and to remember them and to celebrate their life. So the first of these friends is that friend I was talking about in those videos. His name was Cheyenne. I knew him since I was really little. Like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old. And let me tell you guys something. Cheyenne was a model for life handing you a lot of shit and keeping a positive attitude. And because, let me tell you something, he didn't have the easiest time in life. He went through a lot of personal tragedies and issues and struggles, like we all do, but it always seemed like he had more to bear than most people did. But let me tell you, I've never seen somebody at the age when most of us are thinking about getting our learner's permits when we're about 14, 15. I've never seen somebody take on cancer with such a positive fucking attitude. Because I know I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be scared shitless. And he didn't. He made it into a joke. He made it into this part of himself. He had cancer in his eye, and they had to operate and take his eye out. I didn't even know you could get cancer in your eye, to be honest, but he did. And he became one eye shy. And he owned that, you know? He owned it. And you know, I don't even want to make it seem like that was what defined him, because it wasn't. Cheyenne was so much more than that. But I think it gives you a good idea of the kind of person that he was, you know? Just this amazing human being that always seemed to care more about everybody else around him. When he'd be going through all of this stuff and everybody's worried about him, he's worried about his friend that just lost their job or something. And the world needs more people like that. The other person I want to talk about is the reason that I'm coming to this place that I'm going to right now. My friend Daniel. I met Daniel around the same time. We were really young. We were in our, I guess, early teens, 13 or so, 12 or 13. And, fuck me. Well, alright. I guess I will go around and see if I can get in elsewhere, but the park's probably closed. That could have been sketch, actually. I don't know, I guess this gives me some more time to talk about him. My friend Daniel. Daniel died a few days after the last video I made. And that's a little part of why I haven't really been active, among a lot of others. But Daniel was my filmmaking buddy. We had a ragtag group of us that we were teenagers and we made movies. Really shitty, stupid, really nerdy movies, but that's what we did. We kind of fell out of touch towards the end. And the next thing I know, you get the kind of call that you never want to hear. Yeah, I can't get in there. I'm not going to talk about the details, but Daniel committed suicide, and he took a little part of all of us, I think, when he did that. And honestly, I'm just going to say the reason that I came out here was to spread I have some of his ashes, and that park is where we first met, and it's also where we filmed our first film project. So I think it's appropriate that I put a little part of him there. At least for me, my part of Daniel. But I guess it's for another time. The last person I want to talk about is someone that you guys might be a little bit more familiar with, because he's a motovlogger. A motovlogger by the name of Michael, but you guys probably know him as Wilkes. I found out about Wilkes' passing on Facebook from his wife. It was really sudden and it was unexpected for everybody. I guess I'll close this out by telling you guys a little story about him. So, and just to give you an idea of the type of guy that he was. So Wilkes, I only was able to meet him once. I wish it would have been more, man, but it was only once. At a meetup we had back in, I think it was 2015. He came down along with Oydirk and Chase Jasper Down and a bunch of us Florida people. We only talked briefly that day. I mean, we sat around and shot the shit, but you know, it wasn't anything crazy. Anyways, in my mind, and this is the naive, stupid part of me, in my mind I thought that we were just acquaintances, you know? Because the truth is, we barely really talked before that meetup. Like, we hadn't really talked on YouTube or online or anything. So I was kind of like, oh, you know, we met, whatever. Well, when I got this bike, my Yamaha, my FC6 over here, when I got this bike, I posted a little really shitty cinematic, heavy air quotes there, cinematic reveal of my bike. And Wilkes rode, at that time, a VFR 800 or 1200, I forget, a Honda. Little did I know, he used to own an FC6. So when I posted that video, that reveal of this bike, this FC6, he sends me a DM on YouTube, and he's just like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit weird. He's like, yo, DM me your address. And I'm like, okay, like, I mean, I don't know you that well. It's not that I don't trust you, but I'm just curious as to why. He's like, don't worry about it, just send me your address. So I said, you know, okay, sure. So I did, sent him my address, and like a week later, I get a package in the mail from one Michael Wilkes. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I open it, and it's a shirt. It's an FZ6 owner shirt that I don't even think was in print anymore, from the old FZ6 forum on the internet that he was a part of back when he had his FZ6. And he just had this note that he hand wrote in there of just saying, you know, hey, I don't ride an FZ6 anymore, I ride a VFR, so why don't you have this shirt since you're an FZ6 owner now? And honestly, that was so cool to me. Like, here's a guy I barely know, and over kind of nothing, like, he sees that video and he's just like, hey, I'm gonna send this dude a shirt. I just think that's really cool. And then again, it says a lot about what kind of person they are. What kind of person Michael was, what kind of person Daniel was, what kind of person Cheyenne was. And they're people that I know to you guys don't really mean anything, probably. But they meant a fuck ton to me, you know? So, if this is a way, in a sense, at least until YouTube servers are shut down forever or something, if this is a little way that they can be immortalized somehow, you know, I want to do that. The other thing I want to say is, guys, you know, if you're struggling with something, depression or something going on in your life, something difficult, and you feel like you're alone, and I know what that's like. A lot of people know what that's like, you know. Reach out, because you never think that anyone cares when you're in the middle of that. And let me tell you, it's not true. There's always people that care, man. When I went to Cheyenne's celebration of life, dude, we ended up having to move because there were so many people there. We had to move rooms, and I don't think he would have ever expected that many people to show up. People showed up from out of state, you know, because he fucking mattered. And Daniel, because of certain things that he said and wrote, we know how alone he felt. Let me tell you, it sucks when you realize somebody feels like that and it's too late to do anything about it. But I don't think he would have expected anybody to show up for him either. And let me tell you, people showed up, you know? People cared. I guess I know I said I was closing out a while back, and this is probably dragging on, I don't know. But, you know, I'm rusty at this whole vlog thing. You're going to have to forgive me a bit. But, since it's getting dark out, I'm just going to say, you know, reach out. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I need somebody, I need help. No shame in that game. And there are people that care, you know. Because it is every single time that happens that it's too late. It's a tragedy. You know, people love you. Hell, go like post on Reddit or some shit. I've seen random strangers talk to people and help them out. And say like, hey, you know, DM me, let's talk. That video I saw recently floating around Facebook of that motorcyclist in, I guess it was Russia, that talked that guy down from the bridge. We need more of stuff like that, you know? So make it a point to be that person for somebody. And if you need somebody, talk to your people. Hell, talk to a stranger, talk to somebody. Because I guarantee you, somebody cares. Anyways, guys, I'm going to cruise here on this night ride and head home. Much love to everybody. Much love to anybody that's still watching after such a long hiatus from YouTube. Still not as long as Palm Beach Riders, though. Make some videos, bro. Seriously, come on. I'll see you guys in the next video at some point. I don't know when, because I'm busy as hell these days, but it'll happen. Catch you guys later. Whoa.